Hello, I'm Angela from creativepapercrafts.com, and today we're going to show you brass embossing using embossing paste and finishing with texturing using Flour Soft, the ultra-fine Flour Soft. So let's get started. Here's my brass template, always scrap paper, template down. Now we secure it in place with our removable tape, which will not remove the fibers from our paper. Take your tape, be generous in the length, turn it back just a little bit so that you can just pick it up so easily and just take that down. You're going to trim your paper back later to fit your card, and you're going to apply the tape totally in a clockwise manner. By applying the tape, you not only secure the template in place, but you also protect a tape width of paper from being marked with any excess paste that you may drag over it. Okay, so now you're ready to begin, and we need a old CD. Pardon me while I rescue the previous one. This is our colored paste that we used on our last project. So now, to color the white paste, we're going to take an acrylic color from a tube, and we're going to place the red down there. You don't use very much. Put this back in the container, and then we're going to take our white matte paste to color. And why are we coloring it? We're coloring it because we're going to use a pink blended Flour Soft. If we color the paste, then when we apply the Flour Soft, if it doesn't completely grab onto the paste in all areas, then you won't see a white body underneath. You won't even notice that there's no Flour Soft because the base will be pink. And that I recommend for whichever Flour Soft that you're using. You always color the base appropriately. So now we remove that with our spatula, and you apply the paste evenly over all the design openings. Make sure you get it over all of them. I see we have some little clumps of paste in here which you want to watch for so that you can remove them before you clean the excess paste off. Okay, clean off that paste. You can't put it back in because it's colored. Now, softly lay your applicator down on just a slight angle and draw the paste back. Putting it back on your CD, and you are now ready to work on your next project. This goes in water immediately. Now we always remove the template next. Going in an anti-clockwise motion. We leave one tape in place like the hinge of a door so that you can open up the project. Try to get a little grab on the paper, lift up the template so that this stays down in place. There we go. If you are covering your paste with either glitter, such as Glamour Dust, or in this case the Flour Soft, then any little blemishes or less than perfect application is really irrelevant because it will be covered. Now I like to get rid of anything containing wet paste that can damage my project or get on my fingers. This is the Flour Soft, ultra fine Flour Soft, and it's quite a little mix of color. Okay, here we are for just a little close-up of the little tiny curly pieces. And just sprinkle over the whole thing. I always keep my Flour Soft in a larger container so I can put the excess back in easily. I'm not pressing and spreading this image. I'm just lightly patting it down so that I have the best chance of it adhering to the paste. Flick to get rid of it. Where the tape was, sometimes you'll find some of this grabs on. I prefer to remove it right now, usually with a makeup brush, which is obviously in some other location than where we're shooting. I'm going to remove this and place that back in the container magically later. There's our finished image, and as you can see, it's all pretty fluffy and ready to dry. It will take about 20 minutes to dry. Then we assemble it into the finished card. I trimmed it, made sure I did it with the image facing away. I cut it back so it showed the beautiful scrapbook paper to the side, and I wrapped a sheer ribbon around twice so it didn't detract from the actual design of the paper. So there it is, top to bottom. Now let's take a quick look at other images we've created. This is the easiest of all to produce on a transparency. Black paste. The transparency is a little smaller than the card so that you have the added interest of the texture of the card. A scrap cut was placed over the top so the actual transparency is secured under this. When the black was dried, we colored it with a little chalk. We also used a quickie glue pen and dropped our Glamour Dust glitter where precisely we wanted it. And another image using the same template. This time we used white glossy, and we dropped the Glamour Dust glitter right over the whole thing. We used our punches to add more interest, and the ribbon was such a good match, we made sure the card was big enough to show it. That's a 5x7 card. And the final addition was the stickers at the bottom. And lastly, the Chinese lanterns. Interesting finish to the little card. We have the Oriental lanterns, the glitter, and then we have sort of a French look around here, and a little more interest where we didn't just end it, we took it over the back. So that came out quite a nice card. And the coloring on this was executed in the same manner, only we had a blue, a purple, and a green, and we blended them just a little and then applied them so you have a mix of color. And that's it for today, and we'll be back with many more, and please do check our website at creativepapercrafts.com. Thank you for visiting us. Close it off right away.